Hello, hello, hello. So today what I'm doing is showing you the whole process of doing the first leg of a bush trip in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. I'll go ahead. I'm doing the first leg. This one is a bush trip in New Guinea. And the whole thing is detailed here. There are a number of legs. I'm just going to do the first leg today, which should be about 17 minutes or so. So whenever there we go, whenever we get to load, we're in the plane and you are presented with a VFR map showing you which direction you're going to be flying in for the first leg. So that's what, 190 degrees roughly. I'm not keen on that, so I normally get rid of these things. The VFR map can go. You need these are quite good. They give you the bearing, the amount of time that you're flying, the nav log thing. So we're at the end of a runway. We seem to be all started up. We're in the... This looks a bit Swiss actually. What is this? I thought it was the NX, the Cub. But it looks a bit... The X Cub, yeah, it looks a bit Swish. Let me have a look. Yeah, looks quite nice. Right, so we've got, let's have a look. We've just started. We've got AV on, yeah, AV mast on. Fuel pumps on. Mast on. Yeah, looks like everything's in the green, ready to go. We seem to have a flight plan loaded, 196 degrees for 7.1 miles. Okay. We should be flying on a heading of 192 degrees for about 3 minutes 20 seconds, and then we'll follow on through. So let's get on with it. Let's sure we got some throttle there. Yes, we have. Yes, I know the parking brake's engaged. So we'll take the parking brake off and roll forward. There we go. Runway 28. So we're going to have to make a bit of a left turn when we get there. So there we go. Applying the power when we're on the centre line. And just try very sensitive. Try and hold it there or thereabouts as we go on the power. And there we go. Little lift into the air. So this is my first flight for quite some time actually. So it's quite mountainous here, so we're gonna gain some height. Wow, look at that. Lots of trees. So let's make a gentle turn onto our bearing of 192. Oh, get away, stupid things that come up. Yeah, there's a fair bit of terrain here. Will you disappear? Because we went off the end of the runway, and we just have to make a little bit of a course correction so we get a bit of height that's behind us. So there may well be not much to see on this particular bush trip apart from what New Guinea looks like here, which is a lot of trees. It is a rainforest, I think, after all. Most of this looks rainforesty. but hopefully we'll have a nice little bush trip leg here, and the landing is always going to be a challenge. I may have to go bare feet for the challenge, or at least down the socks. I've got my Crocs on today. So I've been upstairs doing some hoovering, a few jobs. Thought I'll just pop it on for a minute and see what goes. So there we go. So we'll continue on this bearing for another 4 miles. Just over the trees there, so we can probably level out. So we're here at this kind of height. And what we'll do is we'll just let the magenta line come onto the nose, and then we'll be in a good place to do a gentle turn to the right and pick up the actual bearing, which we're doing now. Just bringing it round. There we go. So we're bang on the heading now. I say bang on. It's bang on as possible for me. And we do have a autopilot in this aircraft, which is very unusual for a little aircraft like this, I suppose. Not that I'm an expert on these things, but it looks like we've got an autopilot. So we're just about ready for our new bearing. So there should be this village below us that tells us about, but it's very difficult to see any evidence of just as I say that, what is that there? Little village. That'll be Paliama, and off we go on our next heading. There's a little bit of road down there, which is good. So we're looking at a 193, so hardly a change of bearing at all. 1 degree, and again we're looking at about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. Continue over dense forest, carefully search for a dirt track. We're never going to find a dirt track leading to the Nagam River Mission, which lies just to the west of the river. The mission, I believe, is probably a term used here for like a village or an outpost of some kind. So basically we're heading in this direction for about three odd minutes, and then we did a very slight change to Kowat, and there's a little village there and a large river in the distance, and then before you know it we're landing at an airport, and that's the tricky bit. That's the tricky bit, because what we've got here is a little tail dragger, in that we don't have a nose wheel. We have wheels under the wings and well, I don't think there's a metal bar in this. It's probably a wheel at the back under the tail, and it just makes landing a little bit trickier. Got to get your speed right and nice and slow. So yeah, all the scenery here is green trees. There's a little dirt track, look. Oh, little dirt track. How far we got? 2 miles to go. Yeah, there is a guy actually on YouTube who is a real life pilot, not of this type of aircraft. I think he flies a Kodiak. Some of his videos are really, really good. They're all really interesting, but some of them are really good. I think he does a lot of stuff on. I think he does some sim flying as well, which is good to have somebody who is an actual live pilot in Papua New Guinea, who also does the same flights in flight sim. And if they work for him and he says, yeah, that's pretty good, then you must be onto something in terms of realism or whatever. So we're looking at our new bearing coming up very shortly. It's a very slight correction to 188 degrees, just off our nose to the left, very, very slightly, for 8.5 minutes. So this is the longest portion of our little flight today. We're flying at what, 1600 feet, 115 knots, poodling along. Whoa, a little bit of wind there, there's a little bit of wind. And here we have a change in the scenery a little bit, a bit like a plane of some kind, an African plane. So here we got, visually pick up the river corridor that runs to the west of the Magam River Mission and follow it to the village of Koiwat. Note the large Sepik River in the distance and large bow to the north. On the banks which lies the village of Dimbunki. So this, I mean, the trees running in the middle there would possibly be the river corridor, I would imagine. The trees be getting nutrients from the river, if that is. If that's what we're seeing. Yeah, looks like it could be the start of the river. Anyway, so after 8 minutes of this, about 12 miles to go. It was 17 miles. If I can just move this properly, we are looking to land. What is wrong with my mouse? We're looking to land in Dimbunki Airport, which doesn't look much like an airport to me. It looks very much like a grassy landing strip. And that's where we're going to be landing. Course here, because we're got our head on swivel outside the cockpit. Quite a featureless area, this, if I'm honest. Not much to see. I thought there might be some animal activity. Not sure what animals there are in New Guinea. Is it New Guinea or Papua New Guinea, or are they two separate places? Is one of them called New Guinea? And does it have a neighbour called Papua New Guinea? Anyway, we're looking to land at Timbuktu Airport, which looks to be on pretty much, well, it's on a heading of 189, that's to the airport. What heading the strip is on, we are yet to find out. We have no idea until we get there. So basically the idea is going to be find the airport, find the orientation of the strip, and then quickly work out an approach. We don't know which way the wind's blowing. I don't think there's going to be many clues which way the wind's blowing either. So we just gotta suck it and see. So we've got 4.9 miles till we get to this Timbuktu, village of Timbuktu. We're looking for a big river, a big bow in the river. You know, if we could find the river, that'd be a start. Imagining that maybe if I get a bit more height, it might be easy to see that kind of feature. Let's just climb a little bit, just to yeah. So what have we got here? We've got some trees. We have a dirt track over that way. I'm looking for a sort of bow shape in the river, or even in the trees that might give us a clue that the river's there. And I'm not really... Yo! It's my co-pilot back from shopping. That looks like the Boiler Lake. There's the big river. There's the river. Right, where are we? Here we go. Yes, there's a big bow as it comes towards us and then goes away from us. Okay. Anyway, at this point in time, we are only 4 miles from the airstrip and 2,600 feet. So what I'm looking for is to maintain start to descend actually, and then make sure that we can spot the airfield wherever it may be. Because it's right next to the river. I mean, if you look at the picture, you've got the river and then you've got a few buildings just next to it, so it's got to be very close to the river. As for orientation, who knows what? Yep, 2. Being parallel with the run of the river. Let's just throttle off here. Well, not off, but back a bit. Throttle back. Give ourselves a little bit of a look over in that direction. Hopefully we will find that airstrip. I believe that may be it. Is that looks like an airstrip there with some buildings. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we'll basically, yeah, that's gotta be the badger. Right, so let's wheel around. Let's put a notch of flap on. We need to slow down. 1,000 feet at this point. Just want to start bleeding off some airspeed. Okay, we're coming in almost lined up. There's a lot of trees here, so what I want to do is put another notch of flap in and descend nicely. So we miss the tops of these trees, obviously. And I haven't taken my shoes off, so here we go. Let's look for a full flap there. Oh, and there's some kind of bus or something. I'm hoping that what is that? I'm hoping that this is the airfield. Ah, there we go. That's us down. Leg completed. Thanks for watching.